So here the structure of C++ programming is nothing but the way used to write the programming language. So why I required linker section? Because if I consider any programming language, I'm going to use the built-in functions and some of the predefined keywords. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on Introduction to C++. I'm Revati, Faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Before going to start today's session, let me to recall the things what we discussed in my previous session. In my previous session, I started with C++ operators. So what is operator here? Here operators are the symbols. To place operators, I required operands. In C++ operator, we discussed the basic arithmetic operators like star, forward slash, plus and minus. Along with that, we discussed modulus operator. Then we had discussion regarding unary operator. So what is unary operator? Here we are going to have only one operand. So what are the two different types of operators I'm going to have here? That is binary operator and unary operator. So what is binary operator? Binary operator means I'm going to have two opcode and one operator. So I'm going to place the operator between two opcode. This kind of operation or operators are called binary operator and unary operator. So I'm going to have only one opcode. So this kind of operators are called unary operator. Along with that, we had discussion regarding the logical operators, that is greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, then equal or not equal. These are the relational operators. Now tell me why I required relational operators. In order to identify or recognize the relationship between two variables, I required relational operators. Then we had discussion regarding logical operator. So what are the three different kinds of logical operators we studied? That is AND operator, OR operator and NOT operator. So what is not here? That is the complements. Suppose if I am going to have 0, then it is complemented into 1, and if I am going to have 1, then it is complemented into 0. Along with that, we had some of the bitwise operators. Then what is bitwise operator? That is, I'm going to have single address operator, then OR, XOR, then NOT. Along with that, I'm going to have right shift, left shift. So these are the example for bitwise operator. So these are the things we discussed in depth in my previous sessions. So what is operator? Here operators are symbol, and what are the different kinds of operators we discussed there? That is arithmetic operator, logical operator, relational operator, bitwise operator, unary operator, etc. Along with that, we had discussion regarding precedence of operators and their associativity. That means which operator comes at the beginning and what is the weightage along with the associativity we learned in my previous session. Then we had discussion regarding type conversion. So what is type conversion? That means I want to convert one type of data into another type. So what are the two type of type conversion or typecasting we learned? That is implicit and explicit. So these are the certain topics we discussed in my previous session. But in today's session, at the beginning, I'm going to discuss the structure of C++ program. Along with that, I'm going to discuss comments or documentation section. Along with that, I'm going to discuss linker section and global declaration, main function, brace, then declaration and statement section. So these are the certain topic I'm going to discuss in my today's session. So at the beginning, what I'm going to have, structure of C++ program. Now tell me, dear student, why we required structure of C++ program? Because if I consider any programming language, before going to write the program, I must follow certain rules and regulation. Based on that only I can able to write the programs. So here the structure of C++ programming is nothing but the way used to write the programming language. Here, consider the simple example that you want to write a letter. So, you want to write a official letter. So, to write official letter, you must follow certain format. Similarly, if I consider any programming language, I must follow certain format. So the format itself called structure of C++ program. Moving on to the structure of C++ program. At the beginning, what I want to give? I want to write the problem statement. That means I want to specify the problem name or the problem statement that should be written in the documentation section. So in documentation section, what I'm going to write? I'm going to write the problem statement. And if I consider any programming language, I'm going to have two type of comments. That is single line comment, single line and multi or double line comment. If I consider single line comment, and what is the operator I'm going to have? That is 2 forward slash. And if I consider double line or multi-line comment, then I'm going to have 1 forward slash along with asterisk symbol and a certain set of statements, then asterisk symbol and closing forward slash. So this is the example for multi-line comment and this is the example for single line comment. And in the documentation section, I can able to use single line comment or I can able to use multi-line or double line comment. So the comments are written inside the documentation section. So what is documentation section here? So here documentation section includes problem. That means it's going to give the complete information about the problem and that must be written in the documentation section. And the documentation section is optional. That means you can able to add the documentation or without the documentation section your program is ready to work. Now, so here I am going to have the documentation section. So what I'm going to write, that is the general structure. Here they have specified. So what is the general structure? Slash, that is the forward slash, then asterisk symbol, then you're going to write the set of statement, then you're going to end with the asterisk and forward slash. So here what is the statement I have written? That is a simple program to display a message. So if I consider any C++ programming language, at the beginning I'm going to have the documentation section. So dear student, I'm going to explain this program at the end of my session. Before that, let me to start with the comment, that is nothing but the documentation section. So here I'm going to have two type of documentation, that is comment line, that is single line. So if I have only one line, then I'm going to use the single line comment statement. That means if I'm going to have only one single line statement, then I'm going to have single line comment statement. If I'm going to have more than one line, that means multiple line, then to write multiple line statement, I'm going to have forward slash asterisk, then multiple lines, and with forward slash and asterisk. This is the way you can able to write the comments in the documentation section. Moving further, I'm going to have linker section. So why I required linker section? Because if I consider any programming language, I'm going to use the built-in functions and some of the predefined keywords. So to include built-in function and keywords, I must include certain library functions, and where these library functions are stored in some header file. So the linker section begins with the hash. So how the linker section is going to begin? That is nothing but the hash symbol, and we are going to use the word include. That is hash include statement is a preprocessor directive. So dear student, just remember that what is hash include? Here hash include is nothing but the preprocessor directive, and it is a signal for preprocessor which runs the compiler. That means it's going to give the information to the compiler that these are the preprocessor and these are the library functions and built-in functions are used in the program. So here I'm going to have the example. So what is hash include? Here hash include is nothing but the preprocessor directive. And if I want to use printf or scanf, if I consider C program, what are the input and output statement I'm going to have? That is printf and scanf. To use printf and scanf, I'm going to have the stdio.h, that is standard input and output header file. Similarly, if I consider C++ programming language, and here I'm going to have input output stream.h. So these are the files, that is header files required to perform input and output operation. And if I want to display the result, or if I want to get the console, I must include certain header file. So what is the header file here? That is console input output header file. Then suppose if I want to include any mathematical related functions like sine or power function or square root function, in that time I want to use the preprocessor, that is math.h header file. So these are the preprocessor directives. For that, I'm going to have the word called hash include, and I'm going to write these things in my linker section. Then I'm going to have the definition. So what is definition? In this section, we can define constants, expressions, structure, function, class, and objects. Suppose if I want to include constant value throughout the program, then what I can able to do? Here I can able to use hash define, and I can able to write the constant value. That means the value is constant throughout the program. So if I consider this example, here I'm going to have hash define, and here pi is the variable name, and what is the value assigned to pi here is 3.14, and the value 3.14 is constant throughout the program. In the definition section, we can able to define the constant value or expressions or structures, or I can able to define the function, or I can able to define the classes as well as object. Now consider the simple example that I want to define the constants. So how can I write? That is hash define a 10. So here a, what is the value of a? Here value of a is 10, and it is constant throughout the program. And where I am going to define this one? In my definition section. Moving further, I am going to have global declaration. Now tell me, dear student, why I require global declaration. Suppose if I want to make the variable global, that means if you can able to access the variable throughout the program, then how can you? You want to define the variable global, and where you can able to define the global variable? That is above the main function. So we can declare variables here, and those variables which are declared before the main function, any other function, then the life or scope of such variables remains throughout the function. Suppose if I declare the variable above the main function, for example, consider it is void main, and if I write the variable, then the scope of the variables like num1 and num2 is throughout the program. That means I can able to access this num1 and num2 throughout my program. So this is nothing but the global variable declaration. That means I'm going to define the variable at the beginning of my main program. Then I'm going to have the main function. Dear student, just keep in mind that the execution of the actual program starts from the main program, and make sure that your program may contain only one program. So what are the points you want to remember here? The actual execution of the program is going to start from the main program, and you're going to have only one main program in your program. So as the name itself indicates that this is the main function every C++ program. That means I can have the functions like add or subtract. So these are the user defined function. But if I consider main, these are the built-in function and I'm going to have only one main function in my program, and the actual execution of the program is going to start from the main function, even though I'm going to have the declaration section or the global variable section or the preprocessor directives or the definition section, but still the actual program is going to start with the main function. So the execution of the C program is starts with main function. So dear student, just make sure that without main function your program cannot able to run. That means no C++ program is executed without main program. And while writing main program, make sure that the main program must be written using lowercase letters, and it calls other library function and user defined function. So dear student, while writing main function, make sure that write the main function by using lowercase letter and don't put the semicolon. If I write the semicolon at the end of main function, then what is the meaning? That indicates that is the termination or end of line. But why I'm going to use the main program? Because the actual execution of the program is going to start from the main program. So no need to put the semicolon at the end of semicolon. So what you don't want to do here, no need to put the semicolon at the end of the main program. There must be one and only one main program in your program. So dear student, what are the things you have to remember here? While writing main function, make sure that all these main functions are written by using small letters, that is lowercase letters. And there must be only one main function. Make sure that your program must include one main function, because the actual program is going to start from the main function. And there must be only one main function, and don't place the semicolon at the end. So these are the certain points you must remember while writing the program. Then the brace. So if I consider any C++ program, at the beginning I'm going to have the documentation section. So in documentation section, I'm going to write the description of the problem. That means program to add two numbers. So think that this is your description, and that should be written in the documentation section. Then I'm going to have hash, that is linker, hash include IO input output stream dot h. To get input output console, I'm going to include, then I'm going to start writing main program. So here the word main is written by using lowercase letter, and it does not return anything. For that reason, what is the data type I have specified? That is void. If your function does not, or your program does not return anything, then what is the return type I want to specify? That is nothing but the void, and I'm going to have the braces, and inside the braces I'm going to write the set of instructions. So this set of instructions itself called statement. So the statements inside any function include the main function is enclosed with the opening and closing braces. Dear student, while writing any program, if it is C or C++, please make sure that start your main program and whatever the statement you're going to have, that should be written inside the curly braces. So at the beginning I'm going to have the opening brace and at the end I'm going to have the closing brace. Then I'm going to have the declaration statement. That means once I done with main program, so I'm going to have the curly brace. Now at the beginning I'm going to have the declaration statement. Now dear student, tell me that why you're going to have the declaration statement at the beginning. So dear student, just make sure that before going to use any variable, that variable must be defined. Without defining any variable, you cannot able to use it. Consider the example here. Somewhere you're going to use the variable a. But this variable a is not yet defined. Suppose if I want to use this a in my program, it must be defined. So this is your declaration section. So the declaration is the part of C++ program where all the variables, arrays and functions are declared with their basic data types. So what is declaration? In declaration section, we can able to declare the variables along with their data type. We can able to declare the arrays with their data type. We can able to write the function. That means we can able to declare the function with their data type. So this is the syntax. That means at the beginning I must have the data type, then I'm going to specify the variable. And if I have more than one variable, how can I differentiate the variables? With the help of comma. That means to separate the variables, I'm going to use the operator called comma. So here the declaration is the part of C++ programming and I'm going to declare the variables, arrays as well as functions. Moving further, I'm going to have the statements. So what is statement? Why I require statement? So dear student, just remember that the computer is capable to understand only the instruction and the instructions are written in the form of statement. These are instructions to the computer to perform some specific operation. So what is statement? Here statements are the instruction that is given to the computer system to perform some specific operation, and these statements can be expression. So here the statement can be expression or input output function or conditional statement or looping statement or functional calls. So what are the example for statement here? It may be your conditional statement or expression or input output function or looping statement or functional calls, and they can include comments. For example, if a equal to a plus b, this is your expression, then I can able to write the comment that is add a and b. That means I can able to write the comment with the help of comment line. Every statement end with the semicolon. Dear student, make sure that while writing your program, every statement must be end with the semicolon. So here the semicolon is used to represent end of line or the termination. So except control statement and main function, other statement must include semicolon. That means while writing any control statement or conditions, no need to use the semicolon, and in your main program, no need to use the semicolon. So here semicolon is also known as terminator, that is nothing but the end of the line. Now consider the example that you want to display the message, that is welcome to computer class, that is computer science class. So this is the message what I want to display. So what I will do here, I'm going to write this statement inside the double quote, and to indicate this is the end of the line, I'm going to place the semicolon at the end of the line. So this is nothing but the terminator. So here in the structure of C++ program, I'm going to have the general structure. So at the beginning, what I'm going to have? I'm going to have documentation section. In documentation section, I'm going to write the comment, that is information about the program. Then I'm going to have the linker. That means I can able to include my preprocessor directive. So to include my preprocessor directives, what I'm going to have, that is hash include, and I'm going to specify the header file. Then I'm going to have the definition. That means I can able to define the variables. So to define the variables, I'm going to have hash define, then variable name and the value. Then I'm going to have the global declaration section. So what is global declaration? Whatever the variable or function I'm going to declare above the main function is called global variables. And the actual programming structure is going to start from the main program. While writing main program, make sure that all the main program, that means word, that is MAIN, must be written in lowercase letter, and I want to place open and closing parenthesis. So here what is parenthesis? That indicates it is a function, and this main program does not return any value. For that reason it is void. And I'm going to use brace. That is, I'm going to have the opening brace at the beginning and I'm going to have the closing brace at the end. Then I'm going to have the declaration section. So in declaration section, I can able to declare the variables, or I can able to assign the values. I can able to declare the arrays, functions, etc. Then the brace includes statement. That means whatever the instruction I want to give to the computer system, that must be written in the form of statement. And where I'm going to write this statement, that is, I'm going to write those statement inside the curly brace. So this is the structure of C++ program. That means, see, this is the general syntax. At the beginning, I'm going to have the general structure, that is nothing but your documentation section. Then I'm going to have the preprocessor directives, and I'm going to have the main function, and I'm going to have the braces, open brace and closing brace, along with that variable declaration and executive statements that should be written inside the curly brace. So dear student, while writing any C++ program, what are the things you want to remember? That is, at the beginning you're going to have documentation section, then you're going to have the preprocessor directive, then global variable declaration section, then your main program. You're going to have the braces at the beginning, you're going to have the variable declaration, and you're going to have the number of statement, that is statement 1, statement 2 up to statement n. So this is the way you can able to write the C++ program. Dear student, in my today's session, I hope you got more information about the C++ programming. Dear student, let's meet in the next session with some more information about C++ programming. Until then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.